Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Jules Suds and Soaps. My name is Julie. Today what I would like to do is I'm going to make kind of like a spring fling kind of thing with spring colors, and I'll show you how I did it. I went ahead and did some shavings to make grass, and then I made these embeds of the eggs and pieces of candy. So basically I'm going to use clear, a little layer of clear here in the mold, just enough, to cover it. And then I'll be putting the grass and the eggs and the candy, and then I'll do one more layer and it'll come to the top. So I don't know if this is going to work. I've never really done any of this before, so I will show you how I did make the grass. So I basically just made, I got the color green that I desired. All right, let's see here. And you're just gonna, like you would cheese, be careful, obviously. Okay, so as you can see, this looks like grass. So what you do want to do with it, though, before you place it inside the mold, is to spray it with alcohol. What I did with this, I don't know if it's going to work, but I did spray it with alcohol, and then I put it inside the refrigerator for about 15-20 minutes, because my concern is that these are going to melt, because they're very, very thin. In fact, like I said, I'm using these because just if I were to use my fingers, they start to melt from the heat of my fingers. So I'm hoping and praying that these stay and don't turn into a weird situation here. So, all right, I'm going to melt down my clear melt and pour. This here, I'm gonna cut this into equal pieces. They even line it here for you. So just do it that way. The reason you really want the same size approximately all within the measuring cup is because you don't want it, they'll burn unevenly. So, you want to have them pretty much, the goal is to be the same size or around that size. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these down. I hope everybody's having a good day today. I live in Ohio, and it's almost spring. It's still winter, but I cannot wait for spring. So that's why I thought, well, let me do a springy kind of soap here. Okay. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to melt this down in my microwave 30-second bursts and continuously stirring it. And I will be back. Okay, we are back. Went ahead and I melted down clear melt and pour. And we're at about 148 right now. That's fine. I'm going to pour it. But you will notice, and again, I want this to be as clear as possible to see the inside. But you see the bubbles here? All you do is you just spray rubbing alcohol, and it takes it out. So I'm going to go ahead. These are the two molds I'm going to be using. Okay. And I want, like I said, just very minimal. Just really barely enough to coat the surface there. Okay. What I'm going to do now is spray the rubbing alcohol. What this does is it gets out the bubbles, and it's also going to help our layers adhere to one another. So I'm going to go ahead and let this set. It needs to have a film. It needs to be, it needs to cool down enough and to be hard enough to be able to support these embeds. Because if I put them in right now, they're going to just sink right to the very, this will be the top of the bar. So I don't want that. I want them encapsulated at least within the clear melt and pour. But we will bring you back when these are good enough to go on that. Be right back. Okay, while this sets up here, I thought about it. I'm going to slide this ever so gently here. I'm going to want the embeds, like the eggs, to be seen from this side and the other side somehow. So what I'm thinking is, because if I just put them straight down, the top of the bar, you're going to have this. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to, I don't know if this will work, but I'm going to take some melt and pour just with your brush here. And I'm going to grab another, and hopefully, and spray them with alcohol, definitely. I should have sprayed each surface. Okay. Well, yeah, let me spray the alcohol on them, because the alcohol will help it here. Okay, well, this might not work. I may have to do it just, you know, at the same time. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. Okay, I'm going to check here. I don't think it's hardened enough, but how I'm going to check here is I'm going to blow on this, and if there's a ripple, it's not completely solidified, so it's not time yet. You have to be able to not see that ripple. You want it to completely be done. See, now over here I did get that ripple effect. Still not quite dry. Okay, so I'm going to wait here another couple minutes and we'll be back. Okay, we're back. I don't exactly know yet. They are ready. Let me move. I don't exactly know yet how I'm going to do this, but we'll see as it goes. Hopefully you guys can see. I think I'll do this one straight across. I'll do them both different. Okay. Let's take don't know if this is gonna work or not. Do not know. Spray these real good with alcohol so that they adhere together. All right, well, do I add more? Okay, I'm going to I think I'm going to add some more grass. It would have been cute, like bunny embeds. No, I don't think this is going to. That's going to be way too big. Okay, I'm not going to spray this one. This has enough on it. Okay. Boy, this is a little hard to do simply because it's so slippery with the alcohol. I am going to again add more grass. I want to thicken it up as much as I can. I am concerned about the heat of the soap melting this because they are so fine. And I've never done this before, so we're just going to see. Okay, I'll do. Probably overdoing it here on the eggs. I didn't plan on doing this many, but what the heck. Something's telling me to add a lot more of these. Okay, I think that's enough for this one. Get a little bit down here. Okay, so I'm going to spray that all with alcohol. And then what I'm going to do is melt the rest of the melt and pour, and we will be back, and then we'll start with this one. Be right back. Okay, we are back. I went ahead and melted this down, the clear melt and pour, and we're about 146. Now, because I want this to be as clear as possible, to be able to see all the embeds in the grass, what I'm going to go ahead and do is spray, because there's bubbles in here. So I'm going to spray the rubbing alcohol. And I want to pour it at a temperature where it's not going to melt those. All right. We're going to do it now. I'm going to focus on probably each side. Boy, I'm so scared to be melting. I'm really afraid I'm going to be melting this stuff down. I'm going to go ahead again, spray everything with alcohol, because you want all of this to adhere to one another, because these are all, and you know, you really want to make sure it gets in there good, because you don't want any holes either. Yeah, I think that is filled to capacity. Yeah. What I'm going to go ahead and do is add very, very little glitter. Ran out of my other glitter, so oops. Somehow I knew that was going to happen. All right, well, see if I can just spread it out a little bit. But yet again, I want to be careful not to all right. I'm going to Okay, that will be good on that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start building this next one now. All right. I'm going to take my grass. There they are. Okay, and I'm just going to put a few eggs in here. And I'm going to spray. This is a little tedious here. The problem is the alcohol is making this. I'm just gonna try this color. I'm going to just place these down. Now, technically, I should have sprayed these, you know, two together to stick, but it just really made them too slippery to maneuver. These do not want to stay here. All right, we're just going to do that way. Okay, now I'm going to put more on top. I'm going to do it, but make it slippery. All right. All right, get some more grass. You don't want any holes if you can help it. So I'm going to take a Q-tip, kind of gently guide into the spots where I see holes. Now, I have no idea how much or how these will turn out, but I'm just going to see. Okay. I'm going to continue melting my clear melt and pour, and then we will pour on top of this. Okay, let me see the time on this. Okay, we are at 152. Perfect for what we want it to be. Now you want this to be as clear as possible. You don't want chunks or anything like that. Okay, I'm going to start pouring now at 122. The goal is to not melt any of the grass or the embeds. It's kind of a fine balance. You're going between heating it, reheating it, heating it, reheating it. It's a continual thing. Okay, now at this point, I'm going to correct any mistakes or things I don't like. Okay, I'm going to continue pouring just to make sure I don't have any holes. Okay. You put a little bit of glitter on it. Let's see which one I want. There we go again. That is fine though, because we can deal with that. And I think that is spread enough. Okay, that is how I want it. Yeah, I can see this is even going to need more. So I'm going to reheat here for a couple minutes or seconds. Like I said, you don't want to have any hole. It may not be a hole, but just in case. Yeah, no, there wasn't a hole there. Okay, again, I'm going to spray with alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and we will let these set, and we'll be back for the unmolding. We are back for the unmolding. Okay, so this is one side. That's actually the top of the bar. And I'm glad it looks like the grass did not melt. Yeah, I'm glad that didn't melt. That was what I was most concerned about. Okay. Again, a trick with the silicone is just pull the opposite sides. And then it just pops right out. Now I'm just taking the heat from my fingertips, and it's melting down the sides and making them a little more even. Well, this one you can't see many eggs. You can see from the sides. Okay, there's a hole there, but that's okay. What you can do to remedy that, you can melt, you know, more clear melt and pour, and just put a little bit in there, and that'll fix the problem. That seems to be the only hole, so that's good. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a good day.